All right, let's get into it. Welcome, everyone, to the deep dive. This is where we take source material you send our way and really dig into it, find those key insights. And today, we're looking at something maybe a bit different, thinking about woodworking, specifically for making custom racks. The source is an excerpt from a blog post, Notes on Photography, Part 192, Should I Start Woodworking? Interesting title. So our mission here, let's unpack the author's thought process, how they went from just noticing things to thinking about projects and then, well, hitting those real-world roadblocks.
Yeah, what's interesting right off the bat is how it all began. Not with some grand plan, but simple observation. Just looking around, the author mentions visiting places like plant nurseries, bookstores,
Yeah,
even fish stores.
exactly. And it wasn't just a glance. They were really looking at the custom racks, how they were designed.
Right, how they fit the space, the materials used, how they were put together.
Seeing how these sort of bespoke solutions worked in each specific place, it's that kind of close looking that sparks something, doesn't it?
It really does. It makes you think about how well, paying attention as you move through the world, seeing how spaces are designed, can suddenly flag up a need you hadn't quite pinned down before. You see those custom racks, maybe holding specific pots in a nursery or heavy tanks in the fish store.
And suddenly the author's thinking about their specific needs.
Right, precisely. Which leads straight into the projects they started imagining.
Yeah, the source is pretty clear. They need ideal racks for their plants, for their fish room, stuff they just can't find off the shelf.
So that observation of custom stuff elsewhere, it directly fuels the idea, maybe I should build my own.
You can almost picture it, the different shelves for different pots, or like a really sturdy setup for those fish tanks.
And they even start thinking materials. The source mentions pine. The author noticed it being used.
And they acknowledge it's a softwood, maybe not the toughest out there.
But, and this is key, they make a practical call. For their specific use indoors, holding books or tanks,
If it's treated right, protected.
then pine is probably durable enough. Plus, it's likely cheaper, looks okay. It's a smart balance.
Definitely. Balancing cost, what's available, and what the project actually needs, rather than just going for the theoretically best wood. It's fitness for purpose.
So you see the thread. Looking leads to needing, which leads to project ideas and even practical material thoughts. But, then comes the hurdle.
Yes. This is where it gets, well, maybe very relatable for a lot of us. The author says the main problem for years has just been getting started. That inertia.
That phrase, initial inertia, yeah, that hits home. They actually thought about converting their garage into a workshop.
But then reality bites, right? Space, cost.
The garage is already used for gardening. And there's this reflection, quite wise really, about not juggling too many big, complex things at once.
It's that classic dilemma. You have this exciting new idea, maybe woodworking, maybe something else.
But then you stack it up against needing the time, the dedicated space, the tools, the money, the focus. It's a lot.
It really is. And this isn't just about woodworking, is it? It feels universal for any new skill, any big project.
Totally. That mountain you have to climb just to begin finding the space, finding the money, finding the time, and just overcoming that mental block, it can feel huge.
The author's very upfront about it. The idea, it's there. The need, definitely there, even some planning.
But that activation energy, that spark to actually do it, that's the missing piece.
So, wrapping this up, what have we seen in this deep dive? It starts with simple observation, noticing design in the everyday.
Which can highlight needs you didn't know you had and spark ideas like building custom racks.
We saw some practical thinking about materials, choosing based on the real needs of the project.
But maybe the biggest takeaway is that honest look at the inertia, the challenge of getting started, the limits of space, cost, focus. These are real things that stop ideas in their tracks.
It shows that the journey from cool idea to actually doing it isn't always straightforward.
Not at all. It's messy, full of real-world constraints and, that internal resistance, even when the need seems obvious.
The author ends hoping, perhaps with time, I will find a way forward. Which leaves us, and you, with a final thought to chew on. We all have those with time things, don't we? Skills we want to learn, projects we want to start. What does it actually take for with time to become now?
Yeah, what's that trigger? Is it a change in circumstances, a sudden burst of motivation, or just deliberately pushing past those practical hurdles?
What flips that switch from just thinking about it to actually taking action? Something for you to consider about your own with time list?